welcome to the Daily English Show. Today I'm going to talk about a video by Michael Buckley. Michael Buckley makes an online show about American celebrities called What the Buck Show. I'm not really too keen on that, but he also makes some personal vlogs which I enjoy watching, and he made one recently about his memories of kindergarten, and that's the video I'm going to talk about today. The main things that he remembers are, firstly, that he cried a lot because he was homesick, even though he only went to kindergarten for about 3 hours a day. He says, I was only there from like noon to 3, so in retrospect it's like toughen up, you couldn't go to school for 3 hours. In retrospect is an idiom which means when looking back on a past event or situation. Another way of saying it is with hindsight. He says that he used to do stuff like go to the nurse's office and say he was sick to try and get out of kindergarten. I think this is funny. He says, I saw some kid wet their pants once and I thought, I'm going to wet my pants because if I wet my pants, I'll go home. I didn't do it, but these are things that went through my brain. Another thing that he remembers is that his teacher seemed out of sorts. Out of sorts is another idiom. In my dictionary it says, especially British English, ill, sick or upset. He means that she might have had a mental illness or maybe she was on medication or something. He says, years later I think I did hear through the grapevine that perhaps, yes, my teacher was a little out of sorts. The grapevine means the circulation of rumours and unofficial information. So if you hear something through the grapevine, it usually means that someone told someone who told you, and it may or may not be true. By the way, Michael Buckley talks pretty fast, so this is very good practice for listening to a fast speaker. I wrote a transcript for you so you can check out the bits that you didn't catch. And just out of curiosity, I also calculated how fast he was speaking in that video. And it turns out he's speaking 220 words per minute. And then I tried to find the average speed for speaking English, but all the sites I looked at had different averages, so I don't know what the best answer is. One site said the average was 125 to 150, and another site said 155 to 160. But in any case, I think he's speaking pretty fast. Kia ora, in Stick News today, a celebrity chef from the UK has prompted Australia's Parliament to recommend stricter rules about language used on television.
Gordon Ramsay is a chef who verbally abuses his staff on the cooking shows he stars in. Reuters reported his shows prompted outrage in Australia earlier this year when one episode featured the volatile chef using a 4-letter expletive more than 80 times in 40 minutes. The Australian Senate has now completed an inquiry which made 20 recommendations to television stations to review the way they rate programs, what they consider to be coarse language, and how they respond to complaints. The inquiry chairperson told Parliament that submissions expressed concern about Ramsay's swearing and attitudes. People were offended by the way Ramsay directed his language towards restaurant staff in an abusive and aggressive manner. The Governor-General said that television programs glorify bad manners and foul language. There is a culture of crudeness, he said, crudeness in our language in high public life. The language you see coming out of the television, the language in political areas in some parts. It's a crudity which I don't think is a good thing.
And that was Stick News for Thursday, the 19th of June. Kia ora.
Today's word is diaper. A diaper is a thing that babies wear in North America. In other countries, they wear nappies.
No? Who's he? Is he famous? Why? You mean he swears at them? And it's on TV. Someone will probably sue him, won't they? Have you heard of Gordon Ramsay? He's a chef from the UK. Yeah, I think so. He has a few restaurants and a few TV shows. I was just watching a clip from one of his shows and I'm so shocked. He verbally abuses his staff on the shows. So nasty. Yeah, he does that, but I don't think the swearing's so bad. It's just what he says and the way he says it. It's like hardcore verbal abuse. Yeah, crazy, yeah. I can't believe it's even legal to do that. It reminds me of military abuse or what teachers used to be able to get away with. I don't know. But I guess he'll get his trouble back eventually. You can't go around treating people like that. Actually, it looks like he's already suffering from his own stress. When I saw his photo, I thought he was in his 60s or 70s, but in Wikipedia it says he's only 41. But that could be a mistake, I guess.
In retrospect, it was a stupid thing to do. A. She was sick. B. She should be emotionally stronger. C. She accidentally urinated in her underwear. D. Someone told me. E. Looking back, I shouldn't have done it. E. She was feeling a bit out of sorts. A. I heard it through the grapevine. D. She needs to toughen up. B. She wet her pants. C.
And that was the Daily English Show. See you tomorrow. Bye.